My gosh.
When I'm next to Jen, I look big like Julia Child too, see?
She looks, well, so.
We are going to make bolognese chicken with caper butter sauce.
It's what you've always wanted. I feel like this should be the joy of cooking and that we should both be Julia Child, but that's not actually how this show works. Welcome into I Cook, You Measure. I'm your host, Jen Mueller. Co-hosting or guest measuring is my dear friend, Alison Lukan, and I think we are gonna have some fun today in the kitchen.
This is literally a career highlight. I'm so excited. I love this project. You do amazing work. And you're my dear friend, so I love it.
To say it is a career highlight is pretty high praise because Alison is on the Seattle Kraken broadcast as an analyst. We're gonna get into that in just a little bit, but if we're gonna talk numbers, I was told there was not gonna be any math today. We need some wine. So I'm gonna have you do the honors.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, geez, on camera? Opening wine?
It's not like you're not experienced.
That's our little secret.
It is not my secret. It might have been your secret.
That's true.
I picked this wine special.
Tell me.
This is Chaleur Blanc from DeLille. And this is one of our favorites when we go to dinner together.
We do. We have a little tradition.
Yep.
And I've learned, Jen always picks the wine because she is so accomplished. And now I'm good enough that I know what to order so that it's waiting when you arrive.
It's very lovely to go out to dinner. And one of the reasons that we like this when we go out to dinner is because we tend to have a salty dish. This pairs really nicely with what we are gonna make today. It is a chicken saltimbocca, and it's gonna have this fried caper and lemon glaze over the top. So I think of it as a cross between like a chicken piccata and a chicken saltimbocca.
I'm excited.
But when we get home from either a road trip or a long day, and like chicken and salad is just kind of like, it's not inspired, but it's dinner, right? It's easy. This is gonna be a super easy way to kick things up a notch with just a couple of like flavor additions.
For you.
Well, thank you. Now I feel like I need a better accent.
No,
you do a good Julia Child.
I have no idea what you're speaking of. Nothing happened before we hit record here today.
Okay,
right.
let's see if it's as good as we remember.
I believe it to be true.
Hang on.
Yes?
Yes. Cheers. That's what we remember.
It's excellent.
If you would open up the basil.
Yes.
We're gonna set 2 pieces of basil on this chicken, wrap it in prosciutto, and then do the egg wash.
Elevating in simple ways. I love that for us. 2 leaves on each?
I'd say 2, although those are
A little bit. We got bigger
pretty
ones.
large. We can do more than that.
The smell of fresh herbs is just...
So how big is that leaf? What? Also,
Listen.
I don't know what to do when people shove herbs in my face.
Doesn't that happen?
It has happened,
Okay,
and I was
checking.
that.
It's 1. Look.
Look at how big the basil leaf is. What? Where did they grow that at? I don't know what just happened.
Where did Shrek live? Maybe it's a Shrek-sized basil. I don't know.
You're pretty familiar in the kitchen. You like to cook.
I love, my grandmother taught me how to cook. My mother did. It was wonderful. And now my husband Stephen and I, we love to cook any night that we can. He's a very good cook.
That's helpful.
It is.
Do you get to weigh in on the menu items, or does he just surprise you with whatever he feels like for the evening?
So it depends. Sometimes he's like, I'm going to make this. And I'm like, okay, here we are. But a lot of times it's just making something fun that we both like, or a recipe that we found. We used to go to a lot of cooking classes because we were kind of making the same things over and over. And so we started to get inspiration that way.
Oh, what's the best thing he makes? What's the best thing you make?
So when we first started dating, he came up with a dish called Ali pasta. And it's my very favorite. He made it when I was training for my first marathon, and it has all kinds of seafood and black olives and pasta and roasted sun-dried tomatoes. It's really good. Yeah.
Did you notice that she said before she ran her first marathon?
Sorry,
How many marathons have you run?
it's 6 or 7. It's been a while.
Okay,
can't
so
remember.
first of all, I've run one, and I remember the exact total of marathons I have run. How do you lose track between 6 or 7 marathons?
Well, because I did some twice, and it's a stupid thing to do. I really believe the half marathon distance is the better distance for your body. But we're past that now. We don't do that anymore. We distance bike and hike. We don't run.
We don't, yeah.
No.
That's way more fun. And also at the end of those, it's way easier to have a glass of wine to celebrate.
Exactly.
You're not dead after running a marathon. Okay, grab the prosciutto.
Okay.
Let's get this wrapped up.
Okay.
You can set them right here if you need a space.
Do you want me to take them out one at a time first? You know what I mean? Like put the...
I think probably laying the prosciutto down.
Yep, okay. So wait, okay, so what are we thinking? It's like we could do 2, C for like 1 shell?
Sure.
Do you know what I
I think
mean?
we overlap.
Let's do it like this.
I think we can do it.
Oh, you know what? No, hold on. Now I'm annoyed. So we're going to do this because we have this rip part. So now we're going to just, What? That's satisfying.
It is. Is this also why numbers are satisfying to you? Because they all end up to be very even, very tangible things?
It's about patterns. It's about like things being organized and making sense, I think. I like to knit for the same reason. So it's the same.
Okay, so these are the 2 things I don't do. I don't do numbers well, and I don't knit.
That's okay. I'll knit for you. What would you like? What?
You make me a little like beanie or something?
Yeah. I make
Are you serious?
Yes. What color would you like?
How many of these do you make?
Well, I don't make, so my husband has a rule. There are certain people I'm not allowed to knit for because they don't appreciate it.
Oh, that's a good rule to have.
So, yes. So, I don't make a ton for people unless, they're really cool.
How about that? I am on the cool kids list. Cool kids
Yep.
kids club.
Not
cool.
the pronunciation list, but the cool kids list.
You're right. It's hard to believe I talk for a living, isn't it?
And you do very well.
There are some days where it is just a real challenge to come up with words.
Listen, I would not be where I am today without you and your ability to talk and be smart and brilliant and supportive.
True.
When someone pays you a compliment, Jen, you say,
Thank you.
good job.
And suddenly I've lost control of my own show. This, I will say, this is very satisfying.
Look.
And that's a Julia Child moment right
See?
there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but we have one more. So should we? Would you save it, or do you want?
No,
it
I
to-
would eat it. Actually,
do you
is
want
what I
it?
would
Okay,
do.
Here.
Because
get
that
for you.
is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. To save just one. Here, just cut it in half.
You know what we could do? We could put a little bit of the parm inside and then
Yes.
roll it up.
We're now making our own.
Yep. Oh, it's shaved Parmesan, folks. It's how it should be done.
Yeah, you know the problem with shaved Parmesan?
Tell me.
It's far too easy to eat. And so there are nights I come home from games and I just stand in front of the refrigerator and eat it.
Do you know what else? The shredded is good for. Do you ever make crisps in the microwave? Parmesan crisps.
No.
just-
I've made a Parmesan crisp on the show, which was yum.
The cheat code is this. So you take and you put it on some parchment paper, some wax paper, pop it in the oven or the microwave, and it's like 30 seconds, crisp.
This is life-changing. I can't wait to see what happens with this.
Madam,
Well, cut it in half so you can have some. Here.
on your counter?
Well, I know. My grandfather would be very upset with me. He was a butcher.
Oh.
So he took his knives very seriously.
Yes, Stephen also takes his.
Uh-oh.
See, that's the other problem with the sugar. Okay.
Okay, see if you
There
can.
we go.
Okay.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right.
I feel like
Cheers.
that's a cheers. I cannot be mad that there was an odd number of prosciuttos in there.
It was meant to be.
It's the kind of fuel I need to keep going. It really is.
Can I use this toy box?
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes, you can do that. We're gonna fuel ourselves. We're gonna take a pause, and then we're gonna get this chicken in the pan when we come back.
When you shop in the Albertsons app, you can count on us to choose fresh produce, guaranteed. Even if you can't count on Mom to eat her veggies.
Okay, we had our little snack. We're ready to keep going. The chicken is going to be wrapped by the prosciutto. I will kind of fiddle with that.
Okay.
If you would continue making the egg wash. This is pretty simple and pretty basic. We are going to have Parmesan and panko together with our garlic powder.
Love.
And if you would just crack the egg, whisk that up.
This is if you don't crack an egg the right way, it's
Okay, so I actually, yes.
And I can't do it with one hand. Can you do it with one hand?
Oh, like separate
Yeah.
the eggs sometimes, but
No, I have to.
the number of times
There we go.
I crack eggs all the time. The
sure.
number of times I have to fish out a small
Yes.
piece of shell is embarrassing.
Or if you crack it, not in a good ratio, like when you only have like a little cap, not
It's
good.
bad. Yeah, it's bad. But that was beautiful. You don't have to
you.
worry about that. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold this over.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the sink.
Sure.
Okay.
Or you could just lay it on the counter, but you're so considerate.
It's dirty. All right, now a cup
Cup of
in
panko.
with the cheese.
Yep.
Okay.
And all the rest of that garlic powder.
This is very exciting. Do I have to go all the way to the top with this? I've never
I
seen this
feel
kind.
like that's good. I feel like that's good. I'm not gonna judge you for,
I'm certainly not overly precise about things, am I?
says the person with the numbers. I'm not
I
overly
was joking.
precise.
Look what's happening here.
Look at what's happening
wait,
here.
garlic as well?
All of that, yeah.
Okay.
All the garlic powder.
I love it. That's, okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, because we need to add some flavor,
Love
right? We need a little bit of, this is not precise. Ooh, I can
I
smell
know.
the garlic. Okay, so egg wash it.
And then right into the pan?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like I can just give her instructions because she cooks every day.
Are we hot in the pan?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we've joked about the numbers.
Yes.
We've joked about the precision.
Yes.
It's really unusual,
Yes.
the role that you have within the Kraken organization.
Yes.
And I say that for two reasons. One, you are not just an analyst and a commentator, but you truly are diving into numbers in a different way. And that is not a position that is mostly held by women in the league.
Particularly one who's never played the game.
Yeah.
Right? At any, I mean, beer league doesn't really count, people.
But the fact that you played beer league hockey is pretty impressive. What position did you play?
Defense.
See, that's what I always think I would have been.
Yep. Plus, I
Just-
can't shoot. Okay, just right in. Right
Yes.
in. Okay.
I mean, I always say that because I want to hit people, but
Oh. Okay.
did you not want to hit people if you
Not
were
really.
a defenseman?
Not really.
Oh.
I just more like, and I like skating backwards. I'm good at that.
Okay, this is one more thing. You've run multiple marathons and you can skate backwards.
Yes.
I cannot skate
Yes.
backwards, so
Yes.
I would need to work on that.
No, I got into hockey as a fan, and I was literally ridiculous and was just blogging about it. And I had a friend who hooked me up with what was then Fox Sports. I was in Ohio. And they said, well, sure, you can come write for us about the team, but you cannot write about the game and you cannot write about players. And I said, okay. So
That tends to limit one's options.
So I got to write a bunch of amazing community stories, which really tied my heart to that so much because sport is fun, but we should be doing something good here too, right?
Yep.
Like we have a lot of money going into this. They can do some good with it. But I also wanted to write about the game because I love the game. So around that time, the analytics revolution was hitting hockey, and I realized if I put numbers into my stories, people couldn't tell me I didn't know what I was talking about because I had no traditional education. So that's what I started to do. And I used to be a consultant, very passionate about effective communication. So I was like, if you give people a bunch of numbers, you're going to feel like you're at school. That's lame. Who wants to do that? So I developed what I now call data-driven storytelling, where we're giving you a lesson that the numbers revealed to us, but we're telling you about it through the words of the coaches and the players and showing you what it means on the ice. That's what I do. I love it.
It's so awesome, and you do such a great job at it. And right now, it makes so much sense. How long did it take to catch on?
I think it's still catching on, right? Because so I started doing that specific type of writing in probably 2015, 16. And I was one of the only people doing it. And there's still people who think it's one thing and it's not, or they don't get it. But you don't have to. If you want to be a fan who goes and sits and drinks a beer and cheers on your hockey team, that's great. But if you want to have a deeper dive, we're just here to look at it a little bit more.
Our chicken's cooking up really quickly. We're gonna make a quick sauce when we come back.
Hey there, it's me, Food. Whenever you need me,
Can I get that fried chicken?
I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy.
So awesome.
But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, Food. Sincerely, Safeway.
Okay, we are back in the kitchen. The chicken is almost done, so we're gonna start a fried caper lemon butter sauce to put over the top. And I was asking if you could zest and cut the lemon, and then you
I asked if you roll, so if you're just gonna zest, it's fine, but I asked if we're gonna cut it and use the juice, because if you are, you need to roll the citrus first. I learned this from Steven.
Okay.
So you take the citrus, because when you cut it, you want the pulp to be looser, so the
Yes.
juice comes more easily
Yes.
and more completely. So you just roll with a little bit of light pressure first.
Oh, so there's that. But before we add the lemon,
Yes.
let's put a couple
capers.
of tablespoons of capers in here. And I would just kind of,
No juice?
no juice.
Oh, look, folks, the spoon has a hole to drain the capers.
You want to know what that spoon
Have
is
you
actually
seen her
for?
drawers?
And by drawers, she actually
Drawers.
means
Like there's 800 cooking tools in here. It's wonderful.
not the other drawers.
Yeah.
You know what that spoon is actually for?
Olives?
Olives in my martinis.
Well, that's perfect. That's perfect.
It's dual purpose.
Okay, I really do like capers.
I love capers.
Okay.
It's
You
one
want
of the
that to all
reasons.
melt first?
No, I think that's good.
Okay. Where'd you get this spoon? I need this.
I believe that's Williams Sonoma, and I can almost promise you it was either in my stocking or my Easter basket from my mom, because she
Listen.
still sends me a stocking and an Easter basket every year.
Yeah? Mhm.
Yeah.
Same?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do 3.
Okay.
Because I love them.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Perfect.
Okay, now do you want me to zest?
Yes, if you could zest.
How much zest do we want today?
I think it depends on how much lemon you would like in your sauce.
Oh, okay. Well, how about how much do you like?
I mean, I think it should have some pretty good.
Like a couple teaspoons?
Sure.
Okay.
Speaking of not playing nicely with others,
Oh, great.
what
Here we go.
I shouldn't have.
Perfect.
That was the wrong setup to your podcast.
Yes.
But it does make me laugh. Your sweatshirt makes me laugh.
How do we feel about that?
I feel good about
I feel
that.
that's good.
I feel like that smells awesome.
Okay. Yes, my podcast. Too many men.
But oh,
What?
sometimes I just say too much, men.
Well, our Twitter is
Too much men.
Too much man. Because there was a game once where they showed a player in the box for too many men. It's a penalty in hockey, and they put underneath it too much man. So
That's
it was a
brilliant.
typo. So that's our.
No, I think that was actually on purpose.
So our founder and one of my co-hosts, Sarah Sivian, she is the one that came up with the Twitter handle and the name of the podcast, actually.
Look at our
It
sauce.
looks so good. You've browned the butter perfectly. The capers are perfectly wilted and toasty.
I feel good about that.
I feel good about it too.
I feel really good about that. I hope you feel really good about Virtual Master Chef.
Yeah.
Didn't even bat an eyelash, did she? Okay, 5 ingredients. Tell me what you would do with this.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, they're all gonna go in like one dish.
Okay.
Calamari,
Okay.
panko,
Okay.
hot peppers,
Okay.
egg,
Okay.
white beans.
Come on. Seriously? This
I
is
know,
easy.
but I was gonna see what you did. This is
Okay, so
tell
I would-
people why this is easy.
Well, one of our go-to dishes at one of our go-to places is a wonderful grilled
Yes,
calamari.
yes.
But so
So yes,
calamari, panko,
hot peppers.
yep, hot
egg,
peppers or hot pepper flakes?
hot peppers. So I was thinking almost like
Red?
little mamas.
Oh,
I was thinking
okay. Okay.
egg,
Yep.
White beans.
Okay.
Also assume you have like olive oil.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper.
So I'm going to saute the beans in some oil, throw in some garlic. Can I throw in some garlic?
You can throw in some garlic.
To make a nice little ragu base, a little salt and pepper. Would love to throw a little truffle salt in there maybe, if I'm allowed. And then I would take the calamari, I would chop the little peppers, I would toss them in the eggs, whisk the egg, toss them in the egg, toss them in the panko, pan fry. Serve on top of the bean. That might even be a cassoulet.
That might be called a cassoulet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I would do. And I would invite you over and put a little parsley sprig on top.
That and put a parsley sprig on top. You're so thoughtful.
Yeah.
I was going to use the egg to make an aioli and put the hot peppers in there and bread the calamari and panko, flash fry, and do white bean puree.
Well, maybe if you have me back,
we were thinking
together.
along the same lines. This smells awesome.
It does.
And it's done. So the only thing that's left is to eat. That's coming up.
Outfits for Jen on I Cook You Measure are provided by Lululemon and their experiential store in Seattle's University Village. One of just 4 Lululemon stores in the country with a fitness and event studio hosting weekly classes and community events. Visit the U Village store and get connected.
We are ready to plate. Look at how easy this
This is gorgeous.
We're gonna do a little bit of the caper sauce, and I'm gonna have you toss the arugula with just a little splash of vinegar and with some olive oil. That's gonna go on the top. We are gonna dress it with Parmesan cheese, and then we're done.
Oh, the salad with the Parmesan cheese. Very nice.
Just right over the top, yeah. Okay, so how about a little bit of that?
On top or on
top
side?
of each one.
We are elevating.
I mean, I feel like Steven's gonna be really impressed when you make this for him.
You mean when I go home and say, Steven, I found a great recipe for, no, just kidding. We love
you to make.
No, we
for
love
you
to cook.
to make.
And he's a phenomenal supporter when I need support.
I mean, should we just...
There's no such thing as too much cheese.
My waistline says otherwise, but my mouth says...
That's perfect.
Give me more cheese.
Exactly.
Yeah, my mouth definitely says more cheese.
All right.
It's a weird thing to say. Okay.
Okay.
Are we ready?
All right, I'm ready. I'm so excited.
Okay.
You gotta get a little bit of, the first bite is tricky because you have to get a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Especially when there's still steam coming off the chicken.
Oh, I'm here for it. Oh yeah, there is, isn't there?
Okay, but the arugula...
You can do it. I have faith.
Okay. Oh,
That's good. Perfect amount of saltiness from the prosciutto.
yes.
That's really nice.
A little cheese on top. Oh, yeah.
Texture. That's good.
That is a way to elevate a chicken dinner. I'm really impressed with us.
I'm very impressed, and it did not take that long.
No, it was really fast.
And I think I would rather do it with you. But if there was just one of us, this would be very easy to make.
She's so kind.
It's true.
She's also so awesome. And we have had a great conversation. I love being able to connect with friends and food and wine, but it is not possible for everybody in our community, which is why for every episode of I Cook You Measure, a donation is made to a nonprofit working to end food insecurity in our community. So thank you for your continued support and watching. Thank you, Alison, for helping with a delicious meal.
Thank you for having me, Jen. You're the best.
You're the best. Maybe you're the best. We'll see you next time. I was waiting for the back and forth of, no, you're the best. No, you're the
sorry.
best. No, you're the best. No,
Sorry.
you're the best. And then,
Sorry, I screwed up. You want to do it again?
no.
I almost
We
said Jerry's
missed-
the best.
We missed the moment, actually. We missed the moment.
Well, you kept saying you were going to edit out all my compliments, so.
I Cook You Measure is presented by Safeway, who welcomes everyone at the table through the Nourishing Neighbors program. You can donate in stores or by visiting nourishingneighbors.com.